So now's the time to ask, because this guy's too humble to say, you guys have about, what, together, about 40 buildings?
Yeah, 40 buildings.
So you started at what age you bought your first one?
21.
21. So in 19 years, that's like 2 a year.
Yeah.
While building the company.
Yeah.
So I learned from a mentor, it's not what you get from what you do, it's what you do with what you get from what you do. So you started investing in real estate right away, getting into the business. How did you do that, and what would your advice be? I want from each of you guys, to someone that's sitting in this room. If you had to start all over.
Okay. I think a lot of people spend a lot of time trying to get somebody else to be their partner and put up money. When the money that you make, that you can generate, being out in the workforce, doing whatever, you could save that money and be your own investor. A lot of people spend 5 years trying to find someone that's going to put up the money to buy their first property, or they have this dream scenario where they're going to find this really great deal and someone's going to partner with them. That's called a broker. You get paid a broker's fee or a finder's fee, and that's that. But if you took those same 5 years to just save your money, understand financing, and put your own money, your own skin in the game, you're going to get to where you want to get a lot faster. So I realized that. I saved my money, decreased my lifestyle, worked really hard in real estate.
So you focus your time selling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I remember reading in the book that it was like the first couple of weeks, you got a rental, like the first day.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the light bulb clicked, I can do this every day.
Sure,
So
like $2,500 in 15 minutes. And what is it, 3,700 something a day, you can make $1 million. So I knew that right there, I did the math.
Carlos, was that your same thought process? What would be your advice that you could add on to that for people that maybe they have a property, maybe they're thinking about going and spending, 1,000 hours looking for partners when they could be saving? Like, how have you approached that with Anthony?
There's so many different ways. There's a million ways to skin a cat, they say, right? So, some people are into fix and flips. Some people are into getting into rental properties, multi-family buildings. Some people are they like the single-family homes. There's so many ways to get involved. You have to be really educated on what financing options exist. If you have no properties, to get into a property is not as difficult as you think, as long as you have some form of income. And in some cases, you can even get loans now because banks are more flexible nowadays as compared to a few years ago, where the requirements aren't as stringent. But you can get into a property that you're going to live in for as little as 3.5% down or less even. And when you do the math, especially in markets outside of where we go, we're in New York mostly, which is 3.5% of a property in New York is a lot more expensive than 3.5% of a property somewhere else, like in a state like Pennsylvania, or even places even as developed as Philly is. It's a different animal. So first you got to get the fear out of your head that it's going to take more than you think to get into your first investment or your first property. And then secondly, there's so many tools at your disposal, free tools and paid tools. You have to be educated in what's out there. YouTube is a great resource that exists, but there's also plenty of workshops, people that visit to town, city to city, that tell you how to how to raise the capital, how to use other people's capital, how to get into real estate in a number of different facets. So when you see some of these announcements that come about for things like this, like where
in the book, so everything that we're talking about is from the stories. That's why I like to define it as earning it. You guys earned it, you saved it, and you invested. In chapter 6, you talk about how to find the property, how to manage the property.